What's going on, everybody? My name is Marcus. Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a what sold video, but I also want to talk to you guys about endurance. This is another topic that I got from Nick Bear. The guy has a lot of sound advice, right? And this is also in contrast to marathon prep, right? But what are we in, guys? eBay is a marathon, right? I don't know anyone that was like, I'm gonna list on eBay for the week and then that's gonna be my total eBay career, right? If that's what you're trying to do, this is not the channel for you, right? But those of us that are trying to outlast, we have a goal in mind, right? Or we're trying to just reach a certain point. It's not gonna happen overnight, especially just getting started on eBay. And I wanna read you guys the definition of endurance. The fact or power of enduring an unpleasant or difficult process or situation without giving way, right? So while eBay is not, it's not an unpleasant thing, right? But growing a business in an ever-changing economy can be unpleasant. I take a lot of joy in selling on eBay. I take a lot of joy in, you know, talking to you guys and teaching you guys about how to do eBay. But there are a lot of people feeling the blues right now. I am not necessarily feeling the blues. I sympathize with people that are feeling the blues, right? But guys, this is a marathon, right? One day you'll have an incredible day. The next day you might have a bad day. Case in point, this weekend I have 44 orders going out on eBay and 14 going out on Poshmark for the whole weekend, right? Not that great compared to last weekend where I had 92 orders going out on eBay and like 20 on Poshmark. So differences in weekends, not differences in mindset. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is start going through some of these orders with you guys and then come back and tell you guys a couple of ways of how to endure and just stick with it in this time where a lot of you probably feel like giving up. Okay guys, 44 orders going out on eBay for $1,114, and then Friday we had 119, Saturday we had 76, and Sunday we got 51. So that's a total of $246 for 14 orders going out this weekend on Poshmark. So yeah guys, let's get into pulling some of these orders, show you guys what I got going out. I might as well start with this first. This is a North Face hoodie, women's, sold on Poshmark for 18 bucks, and the scent blocker shirt sold for a best offer of $8. Now this thing's got a hole in it somewhere, guys, right there on the back side. So I didn't even bother listing it for high, and when I got an offer for it, I just accept it because let's just get the shirt with a gigantic hole sold. So how were sales for you guys this weekend? Did you guys have a great weekend? Hopefully you guys did. My heart's posture is for us all to make the amount of sales that we're looking forward to making. So the first item is going to be American Eagle women's hoodie, 11,637, so that's going to be up here. 11,637. Boom. Best inventory system in the world, at least for finding your items really quickly, in my opinion. This women's hoodie was a medium and it sold for $12. Okay, so these are Nike basketball shorts, men's 2XL, sold for $14.40. These are this is a Vineyard Vines youth quarter zip mock pullover sweater, sold for $8. This is a pair of plain vintage Russell athletic, nope, not vintage, just modern vintage athletic sweatpants, tapered leg, men's extra large, sold for $16. This is a Boy Scout shirt, sold for 20 bucks. These are two pairs of Maurice's flare leg jeans, and they sold together for a collective of $34 plus shipping. So yeah, really happy to see some of these Maurice's jeans go for a fair price, because sometimes those things don't sell for that great of money. Now, with me going over this topic with you guys, this is kind of prompted from a comment in the last video. I had a conversation with a guy where pretty much was saying, like, not that I was being negative towards eBay, but that I could come off as being negative and pushing away new people that want to sell on the platform. Now, I don't try to be negative towards eBay, and I'm sorry if I've ever come across in that type of light, but I do want to be transparent and show that the new people jumping in the game, they may have a hard time with it. There are people that's been in the game for 5 years and are having a problem with it right now. So the number one thing you guys have to understand when you're trying to endure this, pick up good items. If you're not picking up great items, you're not going to have good sales, period. That's the only caveat to it. You can sell some junk, right? But it's going to be hard to sell. You can sell some great items, not going to be that hard to sell, right? But even with the best of items, I don't know anyone that's having tremendous sales every single day, daily. Like, they never have a bad day. I don't know that person on eBay. There's some people that do have incredible sales all year long, but even they have a slump on sales. But if you've just gone from listing 5 a day to now you're listing 20 a day, your sales are probably up, right? You're probably selling more items than you were when you were doing 5 a day. So these things don't apply to you, right? But if you've been doing the same thing all year long, you've been listing 30 all year long, you may or may not be having very bad days, right? Does that mean that I'm being negative? I don't think so. I think that means that I'm being factual. But at the same time, that's not what my point of doing these videos is, to lamp on the negative side of things, right? My point is to give you guys hope, right? I just changed my whole business structure from doing 50 a day, you know, drop down to 30 a day. Sometimes I list at 20 today, right? And I'm doing better net-wise on eBay than I've ever been doing, right? So there's joy, there's hope on my end of things, right? And so I hope that that's what you guys are focusing on. You're focusing on the fact that I'm doing better on eBay than I've ever been doing, and I'm doing less work on eBay than I've ever been doing, except for when I first started out doing like 5 a day, right? But I'm doing less work than what I've been doing all year long, and I'm having better sales than I've been doing all year long. Granted, yeah, I've had not the greatest of weekend on eBay. I also have not been active on the platform at all these past 2 days. I've been chilling, enjoying life, like doing things that one should be doing, right? And so with that being said, you know, these items that are going out, I'm thankful for it, right? I'm thankful that I have 44 sales going out on eBay. I'm thankful that I have 14 sales going out on Poshmark tomorrow. So what does endurance look like? So for me, what that looks like is going out consistently, looking for good inventory, right? If I don't find good inventory, I don't buy anything, right? Case in point, which is why I listed 20 items. I ran out of inventory, right? Because I didn't, well, and let me be truly transparent with you guys. I didn't run out of inventory as much as I didn't have my clothes washed yet that I just bought from the yard sales, right? So I did go out and I found some really great items at yard sales, but I only found about 20 of them. But that's still 20 more items that I didn't have. So that will be getting listed tomorrow. Tomorrow I go to the bins to source more inventory. Now the goal is 210 a week. If I don't find 210 a week there, guess what? I can't list 210 a week. Now what I can do is I can go out to the local thrifts, but there's a certain metric that I'm looking for. And if I don't find that many items, I can't list that many items, right? So me personally, I'd rather list better items these days than to just fill my store up with a bunch of random stuff just to hit 30 a day, right? So is the goal 30 a day? Yes. If I don't find 30 a day worth of inventory, I'm not putting crap in my store. So that's just the goal moving forward. Second of all is to list items correctly, right? If you don't list the items correctly, they're not going to be found. That's the second part of the strategy. First, find good items. Second of all, list them correctly. And then I'll go over some of these items that have sold and show you guys some more things real quick. We have another Mizzou. This is a Mizzou hoodie right here. A men's large Mizzou alumni that sold for 20 bucks. Levi's jeans, something I never pass up. These are men's 541. They sold for 30 bucks. That is a 34-34. Got a Gap button up, sold for $10.50. Obviously this is stuff that I'm not trying to pick up anymore. That was a men's medium. And then I got this pretty cool Northwest Territory vintage hunting vest. Somebody's buying this from a movie set, an indie movie set. They messaged me and they said, hey, how soon can I get this, because I need it for a movie that we're filming. And they didn't want to pay overnight, but they did pay for standard 3-day shipping with their normal priority package, so they'll get that order in enough time for their movie shoot. But I thought it was cool, and that is a men's 2XL, sold for 20 bucks. What a joy it is to be able to sell something to someone on a movie set, guys. That's pretty cool. Then we have these express pants, which I just took an offer of 8 bucks for these. I only had them listed for 12, but I'm taking the 8 to get this item out of here and flip it into another purchase. That's a men's 30-30, and so for 8 bucks. But if I have to spend the whole 8 bucks, which I mean, obviously I'm not gonna net profit 8 bucks off those pants, but if I can take the money from that pair of pants and buy 2 items that sell for $30, winning, right? That's the strategy moving forward. That's also another thing you guys can do to endure. Whatever you have listed in your store right now, guys, it is not worth the money that you spent on it, or at least, you know, can just only recoup your buy costs. Hey, if you got to take it, you know what I mean? Now, me personally, I'm not accepting a ridiculous offer on something that will sell for a better price. Case in point, why I stopped running my markdown sale, because I was just giving away items, right? And then someone did ask me, multiple people did ask me, am I running the 20% off coupon still? Apparently I'm not. I haven't been running the 20% off coupon for a month, and I've still been making pretty good sales. So no coupon, no markdown sale. My net is up, way up, 28%, 30% up, right? So that's a combination of listing good items that sell for more money, taking less offers, not running a coupon, and not running a markdown sale, and I'm doing better than I've ever been doing. So I mean, all that stuff's not necessary to make more money, but those are things that you can do to endure, guys. And just have some patience. This is Q4. Things are going to get better, I promise you. Even with the economy being the way that it is, that's not going to stop frivolous people that don't have self-control from buying stuff they don't need on eBay. So I just promise you guys to stick with it, have some stick-to-itiveness, and you guys will definitely make more money if you just outlast the others. Be 20% better than the other sellers on eBay, you'll make more money. Be a semi-expert in your category and you'll make more money. You know, you can be trying to master your craft, you know, for the rest of your life, but as long as you know more than me, you'll sell more than me. You know what I mean? So all you gotta do is just know more than the next person, and you can do astronomically better than the next person. All right, guys, the next item is Five Brothers flannel, 16491. 16491. Five Brothers flannel. As you can see, there's a big old stain on this thing right there, so it's definitely seen better days. It says thrashed in the title. $12 is sold for. That's a men's 2XL. Next item is 16734. 16734 right here, guys. This inventory system is clutch. If you guys want to be able to get your picking and pulling situation under wraps, some of you guys love bins. That's fine, that's great. Me personally, this is super fast for me and it works, and I can store a boatload of items in a little place. So these pants are Iron Company pants, sold for $15, a men's 40-30. Not the greatest of items to be picking up, but still glad it sold. Then we got some Old Navy active pants, men's small, sold for 8 bucks. 16746. 16746. Super fast, 8 bucks. Next item is Polo Ralph Lauren, 16800. 16800. Boom. Men's medium thermal shirt, sold for 12 bucks. 16934. That's going to be up here, so I got to get the old trusty ladder. Express hoodie, not a great item. Men's medium, sold for $9.60. So if you guys want any of this stuff that I use, from the step stool to the boxes to the bags, everything is all on Amazon, in the links down below in the description. It's an easy way for you guys to support the channel by buying stuff that you can really use inside your business, and I get a smidge back on the kickback, guys. Not a lot, like cents, literally, but it all adds up. and it's just the easy way for you guys to help, you know, support the channel and what I'm doing over here, trying to teach you guys and share my knowledge with you guys. All right, guys, we got a American Eagle men's extra large tall button-up shirt sold for 20 bucks. We have, what is this? A Columbia hoodie, women's medium, sold for 15 bucks. Got a John Deere tractors hoodie. This is a men's medium, sold for 18 bucks. Got some Old Navy jeans. These are a women's 8 Rockstar skinny, sold for 12 bucks. And we have Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. Yes, I know, right? Size 18W, sold for 16 bucks. This is American Eagle jeans, men's 3230, sold for 18 bucks. And we got some CNC California camouflage pants, women's medium, sold for $13.60. We got us a Brooks Brothers rugby shirt. This is a men's large, sold for 17 bucks. Vintage St. Louis Rams shirt, men's medium, sold for 16 bucks. Eddie Bauer chino pants. These sold for, these are women's, size 6, sold for 14 bucks. Then we got some Bonobos pants, 3130, sold for $36. These are thermal pants, vintage duo fold, men's size 34, just a base layer thermal, sold for 20 bucks. Then we have this vintage Morning Sun sweatshirt. These are like the grandma sweatshirts. Women's 2X, sold for 14 bucks. Vintage, nope, not vintage. Abercrombie & Fitch men's hoodie, size medium, sold for $15. Then we got some Tommy Bahama shorts, just basic chino shorts, size 18 or size 40, sold for $18. Then this is a Dickies flannel jacket with a hood on it, men's large, and that sold for $20. So with endurance, another thing that comes into play is at least in fitness, right, is your nutrition. So how do we translate nutrition to eBay, right? Well, that comes along with the healthy listing habit, healthy nutrients, as far as your nutrients being your inventory that you're putting into your store, right? But then practice. As Bo likes to poke at the Allen Iverson thing, yes, we're talking practice. So if you're not practicing all these things and then actually putting into play, listing as many items as you can to get faster at it, right? Or listing with keywords, practicing and learning good trending keywords, because those things change faster than styles do, then that helps you beef up your listing, your title, making your items be seen by more people, right? And then with practice, picking up good items, or with the nutrients of practicing, picking up good items, learning good keywords to title your items the right way, then you just got to stay steadfast. I think I talk about this all the time, right? Sticking with it and just not giving up, right? So if I go into the gym and I go to try to hit a PR, I can't go from bench pressing my weight, which is 175, to then all of a sudden double my weight out of nowhere, right? You don't get up off the couch and go from walking to running a full marathon or a triathlon. It just doesn't work like that, because you'll injure yourself, you'll pull something. So you don't want to just go from listing 5 to doing 100, because you don't have the experience of doing 100 listings, right? You'll break your system. So I just encourage you guys to take it a step at a time, right? But do it with purpose. If your only goal is to just list a few items and sell a few items, you're never going to, you can't sell 100 items a day doing 20 items a day worth of work. It doesn't translate, right? So figure out what your goal is, figure out what the work that you're going to need to do to achieve that goal, and then formulate a plan of how to make that work, right? And if that's something you guys need help with, Bo and I run a Patreon where we help people do this all the time, right? If you're just getting started and you need someone to help you, help show you the ropes, what is a good listing, what are good items, and how do I find them? These are things that we can help you with inside the platform, inside the Patreon. If you guys want to know how to get started on cross listing, that's something we can help you guys with inside the Patreon. If you want someone to do your listings for you, we have a lister inside the Patreon that does your listings for you, right? So these are things that we can help you guys with, and there is a 7-day free trial. There's hours of coaching each week from Bo and myself And then Reseller Time does a deep dive Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. That's a lot of value, guys, for the amount of money that you're going to pay. Then on top of that, you get Discord access to us 24 hours a day. So 7-day free trial, link down in the description if you guys want to give it a try and see if it's a right fit for you. All right, guys, Ryder Cup shirt. This is the second time I've sold this shirt. Got returned once. This is a men's large, sold for 16 bucks. Ryder Cup whistling straights. This is an Old Navy, or nope, Gap shirt, women's 2XL cheetah print, sold for $9.50. This is a Athleta pair of like tech pants, women's 2XL, sold for women's 2 petite, sold for 21 bucks. Then we got us here a pair of camouflage pants. These are the Air Crew pants, men's medium, sold for 20 bucks. Normal brand. Find this brand from time to time in St. Louis. It's from St. Louis. This shirt sold for 20 bucks. That's a men's large. These two shirts sold for a combined order of $29.54. This is a Lucky Brand men's shirt with stains on it, pearl snap, sold for I already said the price. That's a men's medium. And this is a Garnet Hill women's size 16 pearl snap shirt, $29.54 again for both of those items. This is a vintage Nike athletic department hoodie. Listed this morning. This sold for 35 bucks. Probably undersold it, but it had like this v-neck like cut into it. It didn't come that way, so I just sold it for $35. Glad to see it go less than 8 hours. So these next few items would have been on the markdown sale, 70% off, but we got some that still sold for pretty low. Some of them were listed pretty low. That scent blocker shirt is one of them that I showed you guys at the beginning that sold for 8 bucks. Then we have this vintage Cherokee sweater, $47.28. $47.28. This sold for, this sweater sold for 14 bucks. Then we have a first issue by Liz Claiborne. This is a women's extra large, sold for 8 bucks. Gap hoodie, women's large, sold for 15 bucks. And we got this Woodstock sweater that was only listed for 8 to begin with, so someone sent me an offer for 6 and I accepted. And then I showed you guys the scent blocker shirt. Now that's going to be it for the eBay items. Let me pull these Poshmark orders and show you guys what's sold on Poshmark too. So for me, one of the best things about Poshmark is all the money that I make on eBay covers all the fees on both platforms, essentially, leaving Poshmark to just be extra money to invest into other things or just take care of responsibilities. It's all bonus money. And so just thankful to really have the platform. Thankful for all you guys that chose to use Vendu to cross list your items as well. Really appreciate the support to the channel, guys, and it makes it so much easier. So with that being said, I got 14 orders going on Poshmark. I've already showed you the North Face hoodie. This is a denim and flower shirt, men's large, sold for 11 bucks. This is Aeropostale jeans, men's 29.32, sold for 15 bucks. Then we have here Bonobos pants. Let me make sure I get the number right. $24.60. These sold for $25. These are used, not new. Then we have Just Black jeans. I don't know what Just Black is, but these sold for $15. They're women's size 32. Then we have Rothco camouflage pants. These are boys pants and they sold for 12 bucks. Then we have Levi's 502 jeans. These are boys as well and they sold for 11 bucks. Then we have here a Michigan Wolverines t-shirt, men's large, sold for 20 bucks. Definitely want to be picking up NCAA stuff still. Alabama Crimson Tide, another NCAA shirt. That is a men's extra large, and it sold for $18. Carhartt shirt, women's small. This sold for 11 bucks. And then this right here is from a viewer of the channel. This sweatshirt was purchased by India Love 88 on YouTube. Thank you for the support to the channel. This sweatshirt sold for $25. Super thankful. And she gets a cool Santa Claus sweatshirt. Then we have some Fink pants. These sold for $18, and they are a men's 36-28. Never heard of the brand Fink, but happy to see those go. Then we have here a vintage Old Navy sweatshirt. This sold for 20 bucks. It's a men's large. Then we have the last item here is an EP Mercy Jefferson Hospital hoodie, or no, it's a quarter zip pullover. This is a size 2X, women's 2X, and it's sold for $17. So that is the last items to go out. So I really hope that you guys are working on your endurance, working on your level of patience, being steadfast, and picking the best items that you can out there. Keep in mind, guys, if you're not picking up quality items, you're not going to have quality sales, right? So when you guys are picking an item up, looking up the sell through, checking sold comps, be mindful, is this really worth my time? Because your time is precious and it's all you got. You cannot get that back. So I really encourage you guys to just pick the items that are going to sell for the most amount of money that you can. That way it's going to make it worth it. If you have a slow sales day and you say you sell only like 10 items, those 10 items would be great if they sell for $30 a piece. So hopefully you guys are staying encouraged and doing well. That's going to do it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one. Until then, let's make this cash, guys. Peace.